Hi guys, Dr. Gamer here. Today we're going to do a small video, well, smallish video regarding another MMO that I've been playing for almost 10 years, which is Star Trek Online. So, to start with, this game came out quite a long time ago. Um, It has been suffering updates and upgrades throughout the years, and it's still, in my view, very relevant because, like it, we have EVE Online, and we have right now also we can consider um, No Man's Land as an MMO, uh, and perhaps even Rogue on the PS4. Without further ado, you have here the introduction screen where you pick out your characters. As you can see, I have two fully upgraded and end game characters, one Federation and another one Klingon. You have multiple factions on this game, not just Federation and Klingon. You have, as you can see here, let's delve into this a little bit. So, to begin with, the game only brought Starfleet and the Klingon Defense Force. They are rivals at the beginning of the game, and by the end of the game there will be an alliance between these two forces. A few years ago, Romulan Republic came along, which you can play a Romulan character with a different storyline than the original two. Originally, the Klingon Defense Force was just for PvP purposes. It had basically no storyline whatsoever, and they built on that. They released a very good storyline regarding the Klingon houses and the managing of the Klingon Empire. As for the Starfleet storyline, it is very big. It will take you to level 60 and beyond that even. After a few years, this new faction came along, which is the original Federation from the original TV series. So as you can see, it's radically different look and approach. Here we have a modern look of Starfleet, and this is Starfleet from almost 50 years ago, from the original James T. Kirk Star Trek. As you can see, the colors are flamboyant. We have basically the female characters wear skirts in space. It has that touch of ridicule to it, but it is a very challenging introduction, and it has a different storyline than all the others. There will come a point in the game that it will merge with Starfleet part of the game, with the same missions, same storyline. 2 years ago, this new faction came along, the Dominion. Now, I have mixed feelings about this Dominion character. Uh, Basically, the Dominion has a storyline that begins almost on the end of the Starfleet storyline. This was made to look like they integrate completely with the current events of Star Trek Online. Basically, they have one ship. The rest of the ships you can buy with real money, or opening seasonal boxes that may or may not contain Dominion ships. This can be a problem because you have to pick and choose a faction, either the Klingon Defense Force or Starfleet, at one point in the game. Mind you that on the PS4 this choice is a little bit buggy, which means the option menu to continue the story will not appear. You will have to actually log out of the game, log back in, and hope for the best, because that option can reappear. You can spend hours on end trying to get away from that menu. Unfortunately, at this point, it's a workaround. Just log out, disconnect the game completely, go to the initial menu of the PS4, wait a bit, go back to the game, and it should fix itself. You should be able to continue, or to even transwarp to the main base of operations of Starfleet, or the Klingon Defense Force. Basically, the storyline is very shallow. The characters are shallow as well. I have mixed feelings. It's a lot of fun to play a Dominion soldier, but the storyline and how it is integrated leaves a lot to be desired. I was hoping for a full integration to the storyline, which means we go back in time to where we start on Starfleet and the Klingon Defense Force, and actually start from there on the Dominion space, on the Gamma Quadrant. This is not the case, unfortunately, but we'll delve into that much later in these reviews of Star Trek Online. I'll also be posting loadouts of your starships, what starships you can acquire or are worth acquiring with real money. I have most of them, but not acquired by real money. I'll show you a trick in game to obtain these games, but you really need to be patient. You will not acquire a paid ship in a month. Perhaps in 2 months you can acquire one, but you really need to be patient. This is one of the drawbacks of this game. You have enough starships to take you to level 65, and you have in-game events that will give you tier 6 starships from specific from those events. Last year, by the end of last year, this new faction came along, which is another Starfleet specialized character. Now, this one will go back to the starts of the game history, and you will start on the TV series universe of Star Trek Discovery, which is a very modern take of Starfleet. You go back to a point in time where Starfleet is very new. Their fleet is not very big, and they find themselves in a war with the Klingon Empire. The Klingons are vastly superior, and they rely on one starship called USS Discovery. You can check out more about this TV series if you look online, actually on Netflix, and the TV series. There's already 2 seasons. The third one is on its way. We're almost on the due date to start the new TV series. I think it's by the end of this month, so check that out, guys. So, to begin with, let's try and create something unique, which is this this take on Star Trek Online. I already have these two. They're pretty standard storylines. Let's do something more integrated and more original. Let's go to the original Star Trek timeline. So let's go back just a little bit so I can adjust one small detail here, which is the overall music. And this I recommend. Turn off the music, really, because it begins to be extremely repetitive. There's no really original music to it, and by the time you are level 10, 12, you've already listened to all the repertoire available to on this game. There used to be a way that you could play your own music, and it's still here. You can pick up music on Winamp if you want this media player, or on iTunes. There used to be a specific media player of Star Trek where you could go to a channel specific of this game with the original music of Star Trek. I don't know what happened, but that was decommissioned. They had almost a radio that actually taught you how to play the game, upcoming events, stuff like that. That was apparently discontinued. I don't know why. So, the rest of the sounds and battle sounds, you can leave it on because it's quite useful. Dialogue, everything is integrated in the game. Almost every character has voice characterization to it, which means voiceovers, but some of them which still come from the older part of the game, almost 10 years ago, you'll still read text. But I think they're modernizing things to a point that will allow that to happen on more older characters to have voiceover. So let's create a character. You have a multitude of options. On this original timeline, you only have these species. If you go to the original Starfleet, you have all these. This comes with a reason. This is about 120 years after the original TV series, so more or less on the time of the TV series Picard. And all of these races are a part of the Federation. In the Klingon Defense Force, you also have a multitude of races: the Gorn, the Leithians, Nausicans, Aurelians. As you can see, typical bad guys. On the Romulan Republic, you have Romulans, Remans, and aliens. On the TOS Starfleet, you have humans, Andorians, Tellarites, and Vulcans. On the Dominion, and again I emphasize this, I'm on the fence with this Dominion, you only have one option, which is the Jem'Hadar. I was hoping for more, frankly. On the Discovery Starfleet, you have three: alien, Vulcan, and human. The alien was actually added recently. You only had human and Vulcan. So let's create our character on the TOS environment. Let's create a human, male. Let's go for engineering officer. Now this is where this diverges from the other choices of Starfleet, which is the colors of the uniforms. Usually the red color is a tactical officer on the other choices. Here it's an engineering. If you want to be a tactical officer, you'll have the golden shirt, same shirt that James T. Kirk wore during the original take on the Star Trek universe. And of course blue to the science officer. This is the only color that remains the same actually on Starfleet, the original TV series. So let's create an engineering officer, red shirt. Here we have the customization of the character. You can alter the character to look older, more experienced. You can try and make your James T. Kirk wannabe, but I recommend go original. Okay, guys? So let's alter a couple of things. You can actually put scars on your character, tattoos. Change the eyelids, and of course the hair. You have many options. Mouth accessories actually is a little bit odd because it's the beards. I never thought as a beard as a mouth accessory, but there it is. So you can actually have the presentation of your character, which means the stance. The stance means standard brawler. As you can see, it changes his demeanor to the environment. Creature, relaxed, stern. Let's go for stern. Can change the height, as you can see. Oh, yeah, and on the advanced tab you can change everything here individually. Now we have the uniforms. This is one of the strong suits of this game. The uniforms tabs. You have tons and tons of uniforms. We are very close to 50 to 50 60 uniforms. As you can see, you can pick and choose loose, tight. You can choose the logo on the shirt, as you can see here. Initially, you can only have a couple of options to make your character. As the story progresses, as we will see, a lot of other options will be available. Many of them you can only buy using real money or in-game currency that is bought with real money. This is very much like EVE Online so far, but on EVE Online they go ballistic with the prices. We have starships ranging to 9,000 euros. That's ridiculous, but it is what it is. People do buy them, which means the game is very successful, has been very successful for a long time. I would never give 9,000 euros for a digital product that can be destroyed and we lose the 9,000 euros. No way in hell. But with Star Trek, your ship will always be available once you buy it, and your uniforms that you can migrate to other characters as well. So one purchase to the account. So let's pick and choose. And let's engage. Even the load screens are old school. Here we get the option to skip the tutorial or to play the tutorial. Let's just play it.
Captain's log, stardate 6147.4. We're orbiting planet Taurus 2 in the Murasaki 312 nebula. Our orders? Investigate the disappearance of a science vessel in this area. Search and rescue operations are about to
As you can see, the voiceovers are very well done. You actually have um, guest. You really have guest actors coming along from the original movies, from the original um, TV series, and more recently Discovery TV series, and other guest uh, actors that will come along.
Use the W, A, S, and D keys to look around.
I advise, if you're a first-time player, listen to these tutorials. I'm not, so I disable them. And also come to the options menu, to the keybinds, and on the move forward, add mouse button 4 if you have a multiple button mouse, which means you can move forward using your mouse.
Lieutenant, we've located the wreckage of a crashed ship down there. I need to get
There will
boots on
be
the
a
ground
lot
to find out
of
what's going on.
dialogue on this game,
Take a landing party down to the surface. Assess the situation and look for survivors.
which I strongly suggest. Listen to it, get into the game. Just don't. If you already played the game, yeah, sure, bypass all the dialogues because they're more or less the same. But if you're a first-time player, let's assume you are, yeah, listen to it, get to the spirit of the game, because that's very important on Star Trek Online, because as I said, you will need a lot of patience to upgrade your ships.
Not so fast. We can't use the transporters due to atmospheric interference. We'll need to take a shuttlecraft down. Use the sensors to locate a safe landing site.
Yeah, this is so old that this is in white. Usually on the more recent starships, this is actually a window that you can see the space beyond. Here it's screen white, which adds to the nostalgia and originality of this game. Now, one thing I wanted to show is that these pictures here, now these pictures are very interesting. They were from telescopes. There was no Hubble telescope back then, and this was actually taken by normal telescopes. As you can see, the resolution of them leaves a lot to be desired. Thank God for Hubble, I guess.
Did you find a suitable landing area? Excellent. I've assigned Ensign Mears to your landing party. She's been
So,
in
guys,
Taurus 2 before.
I'm going to continue with the tutorial. I'm going to disconnect the microphone and disconnect the camera. I hope you guys enjoy. I will be making guest appearances during the videos in order for you guys to advise you guys on specific plots and specific loadouts that your ship should have. Now, very important before I go, this part. Just generate multiples. If you have this option here, which you will have 1, 2, 3. Just put 2 for now. You will need the third one later in game. This is where your powers and your skills will be displayed. Mind you that on the space part of the game, where you actually command the starship, this will also reflect your ship's capabilities and your ship's skills. Certain ships, like the tier 6 starships, they will grow in experience as you will grow, which means they accompany you in your growth. Now, those ships are acquired in-game using the events or in-game currency with real money. There is a way to generate in-game currency, which I will show you later on the videos. So for now, let's enjoy the tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoy my video. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, so I can continue on doing them. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, see you boys later.
Ensign Tarsi, reporting for duty. The captain's asked me to make sure you get back in one piece, and I intend to do just that. Let's see. M-class planet? Barely. The Tarians are big, primitive, and quick to anger. I'd keep my phaser handy if I were you. Speaking of which, if you want to follow me to the armory, we can make sure your phaser is properly calibrated. Good job, Lieutenant. That should be enough, unless you want more practice.
Ensign Mears, reporting as ordered. I'm ready when you are. Though I can't say I'm happy to see Taurus 2 again. I was one of the so-called Galileo 7, a science team sent to study the Murasaki effect. Our shuttle crashed on Taurus 2. Not all of us made it back to the Enterprise alive. Thank you. You can see why I'm reluctant to return to such a place. Yes, of course you're right, Lieutenant. I am a Starfleet officer, and I will perform my duties. You can count on me.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Ugh. It's just as grim as I remember it here. My skin is crawling. I can't help but feel like the creatures are out there, watching us, waiting to attack. Right. Okay. It appears the ship crashed somewhere north of here. There are 2 paths from here that lead to the crash site, and there may be survivors on both. I recommend you take Alpha Team along the northwestern path, and I'll take Beta to the northeast. We'll rendezvous at the main crash site.
Is that a warp nacelle? Whoa. Ew. Definitely Federation tech here. What's left of a shuttlecraft's coolant assembly, according to my tricorder. There's your crashed shuttle. What's left of it, anyway. Look, someone's over there. I think they're hurt. Lieutenant, you won't be able to get close enough to revive him while that thing's venting plasma. Those valves should shut down the vents, though.
Thank you. We need to move. Those things, they're out there.
Flores! Look out! What do they feed these things? Well, never mind.
I'm Dr. Phineas Grogan, part of a research team studying the Murasaki effect. Well, I was before the ship crashed. I was looking for supplies when that thing roared. Got distracted and then that plasma coil blew. Damn near killed me. You're telling me we should get those supplies back to camp. Dr. Mueller's probably worried sick about it by now.
Am I glad to see you? We thought we were stranded here with those monsters. Those supplies you brought will come in handy while we wait. Just put them over there for now. You know, I think there's some old phaser rifles in there. Might come in handy against those creatures.
There are rifles in that crate. We should show the survivors how to shoot them. I'll set up some targets while you get ready.
A phaser? I've never shot one of these before.
Wait, you want me to shoot this?
The targets are ready, Lieutenant. Let the survivors start shooting and give them some pointers.
I get it. That gives me a lot more control.
Wow, thanks. That feels a lot better.
They're right behind me!
Heads up! The Taurians are attacking!
We need to get these people to safety, Lieutenant. The Taurians will be back, and in greater numbers. Lieutenant, we've held them off so far because they're scared of our weapons. But I don't think that'll last much longer. We've got to fall back to the wreckage. I might have an idea. Shut the doors! They're right behind us! Okay. Last time I was here, Commander Scott, electrified the hull of our shuttle. That drove the Taurians off when they tried to break in. Think we can pull something like that off here? You did it! Lieutenant, it worked! Bless you, Scotty, wherever you are. I think we owe you a very nice bottle of scotch. The Taurians ambushed us. I managed to escape, but the others, they've been taken. We've got to do something, and fast!
I was thinking, we can use our tricorders to track residual heat signatures left by the Taurians.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Lieutenant! We're over here! Help! Thanks for coming back for us, sir. We owe you one. Pretty sure those things were gonna have us for dinner.
Fascinating. The Taurians appear to be in a late Stone Age state of development.
Now isn't the best time for an anthropology lecture, Skial.
Am I seeing things? Because those guys picking through the wreckage sure look like Klingons. Just what are the Klingons doing on Taurus 2? Looks like they're not in the mood for questions, Lieutenant. Hey, is that a Klingon pad? Bring it to me. I have some experience decrypting Klingon data. Ugh. My little sister's diary was harder to decrypt. Sure, Klingons are good at fighting, but computers aren't exactly their strong suit. And voila, one Klingon pad unlocked and ready for your inspection.
Captain Kor, your plan has worked perfectly, sir. Many ships have fallen into our trap. We've snared a few merchant ships and a Starfleet science vessel so far. You'll be pleased to hear that we're picking up a Federation cruiser on long-range sensors. Constitution class. Time to hunt bigger game. Glory to the Empire!
Looks like the Klingons are using both guile and brute force here, Lieutenant. A pretty potent combination. The captain's definitely gonna want to hear about this. Let's get back to the shuttle before more of them show up.
We're ready to go when you are. Hope this thing's got enough fuel to get us back to the ship. Are you ready to board the shuttle, Lieutenant?
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
We made it. Never thought I'd be so happy to see a shuttle bay. I admit I had my doubts in the beginning. Didn't think I'd hold it together down there. Every time I heard those things roar. But here I am. Thanks for believing in me.
Bridge to shuttle bay, please respond. We have some uninvited guests, Lieutenant. We've been boarded. The Klingons have breached the hull on the engineering deck and blocked our access. Since I can't send security in, I need you to secure the deck. Start with the engineering lab. We need to bring our plasma relays back online. After that, secure the armory and main engineering.
I'm remembering an old Earth adage about leaping from frying pans into fires. Your orders, Lieutenant?
I'll cover you while you clear out the lab, Lieutenant!
Enemy target. Crystal shield losing power.
We shut down our primary plasma conduits. Get them running, fast. Plasma conduits reinitialized. Auxiliary power restored. Now clear out that armory.
Watch out! More Klingons!
Great work. Secure engineering next, if you can.
Shield losing power.
Bridge to engineering. Please respond. Nice work. Internal sensors showed you have secured the engineering deck. I need you to take a look at the engines now. The Klingons fouled them up good. Engines back online. Initiate evasive maneuvers. I need you on the bridge, Lieutenant.
We've cleared the rest of the deck, Lieutenant.
Sir, incoming transmission.
Federation starship, this is Captain Core. Surrender if you must, but I'd rather you fight with honor.
Good work, Lieutenant. The Klingons will think twice before they try to board this ship again. Now take the helm. We need to get to a friendly sector.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Sensors are picking up Klingon power signatures in 2 nearby satellites. I'm thinking they're broadcasting the distress signals that lured in our ships. Bring us in close so we can scan them and find out. Science report coming in now. The satellites are using a triaxilating signal. It's strong enough to cut through the interference and reach ships outside the nebula. Clever. Almost a shame we have to blow them up, isn't it?
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Nice work. One down. One to go. Looks like this one is shielded, though.
Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Can you hear us? We're under attack by Klingon raiders. Our shields are buckling. Won't last long.
Ship is under attack.
Thanks for the help. Our engines are offline. Could you transfer some energy and get them started again? Thanks for everything. Good luck with the Klingons.
Lieutenant, I've made some modifications to our torpedo launcher. I think you'll like the results.
Your head will decorate my bridge.
More Klingon ships detected on long-range sensors, sir.
Fire!
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have
This is the USS Enterprise. Acknowledge, please.
So, the cub comes to fight beside the wolf, eh? And now you will die with him as well. This isn't over, Kirk. I will avenge myself upon you and your lackey.
Thank you for your assistance.
Looks like we're done,
Lieutenant.
Starfleet Command wants us and Enterprise back for a debriefing on this mess. Helm, set a course for Earth space dock. Warp Factor 3.
Captain Garrett wants to see you in his office, Lieutenant. But he says to feel free to mingle with the other officers first. I'd take him up on that if I were you. I mean, how often do you get the chance to meet the crew of the Enterprise? The best of the best.
It's been a pleasure working with you. I didn't enjoy going back to Taurus 2, but we got the job done thanks to you. Starfleet First Officers must be my good luck charm. Captain Garrett has requested me for a new logistics position here at ESD. Might not be as glamorous as the Final Frontier, but I've accepted. Until next time, good luck out there.
That was some fine work back there, friend. It's not every day one walks away from a brawl with the Klingons. You look familiar. If you don't mind me saying so. Have we met before? Ah, must be my imagination then. You meet a lot of folks serving in Starfleet, to be sure. By the way, I heard you ran into the local wildlife on Taurus 2. Right unfriendly devils, aren't they? I won't be forgetting those gigantic spears anytime soon. Look me up sometime. We'll have a drink and share some caveman tales.
If you're going into the Lion's Den, you'll need a medical officer.
We were in Starfleet Academy together.
Lieutenant Uhura of the Starship Enterprise.
May the great bird of the galaxy bless your planet.
Thanks for coming. I have some good news to share. First off, Fleet promoted me to Admiral. I'll be working with Deep Space Command on several exploration initiatives there. Our ship's going to need a new captain. I've talked it over with Command, and they agree with my recommendation. You. Congratulations, my friend. I know the ship will be in good hands once I'm away. Don't think you've gotten rid of me, though. I plan on keeping you plenty busy out there.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. Every generation, Starfleet officers hear the call of duty. Hidden dangers lurk in space, and the threat of Klingon attack has made even the most stout-hearted reconsider their choice to travel throughout the stars. A last-ditch effort to find a common ground could end this conflict, but there are many who oppose peace. If the Federation is to be saved from chaos, new officers will need to take up the task of restoring peace. Live long and prosper, Lieutenant. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
I have some new orders for you. I've outlined important people you should talk to while visiting Earth Space Dock. Speak with the tailor to customize your appearance. After that, speak with the ship vendor to claim a shuttlecraft. I know that being a starship captain is a big responsibility, but I believe you're up to the task. If you feel that your ship is ready for its next mission, I can give you new orders. Stay safe out there.
You have just earned your first skill points. Click here to learn more.